Scott, we'll go back to because I wanted to come back to what we were discussing earlier. You've written a piece today that I read, very interesting. But you've actually attributed the downfall of Kevin Thelwell at Rangers and Patrick Stewart directly to Danny Rohl. You believe that he's got inside this thing and he's influenced it? Silent killer.
I think. Listen, you're maybe being a wee bit strong. I need to emphasise. I'm not saying Danny Rohl was literally get two guys the sack. That's a bit.
That's
Which, by the
read to
way,
me.
I've already had some comments like that directed my way, which I've had to kind of try and fend off. That wasn't entirely my intention. But listen, I do think he's had an influence on it. I mean, I'd be lying if I said
The traffic light system is interesting.
Aye. Look, we spoke earlier on saying it's only a matter of weeks ago that Andrew Kavanagh was backing Kevin Thelwell and Patrick Stewart. So my question is, what's changed in the space of 5 weeks? No, 4 or 5 weeks. The only thing I can see that has happened in that time, significant in that time, is the fact that Danny Rohl has compiled a dossier, which is basically his assessment of the current squad at Rangers, and he submitted it to the board and Kevin Thelwell, obviously ahead of the January window. So I just think, is it really a coincidence that no long after that's landed on Andrew Kavanagh's desk, that suddenly the sporting director and the chief exec lose their job? I might be miles off it, but that's the only thing I can see that's really changed in that short space of time. I think Danny Rohl has impressed everyone. He's impressed us with how he's been in terms of the results he's got, at least domestically. I'm sure he will have impressed the owners. I think I'm pretty certain in saying that he's impressed the players and the staff that are already there.
Well, Kavanagh gave him a right few name checks the other day, didn't he?
He did. I think they'll have been impressed with him, and I'm just so intrigued. I mean, when Danny Rohl mentioned this dossier some weeks ago, it almost kind of went under the radar a wee bit. He kind of casually...
Careful with the phraseology.
In one of his press conferences. It stuck in my mind that I was intrigued by it, because it just felt a bit different. A manager so soon into a job compiling this thing and then presenting it to the board. I just thought it was really interesting. So,
and it's a traffic light system, as you explained, Scott, whereby clearly he's went through the squad, went through the new signings, said this one's a red light, never going to make it. These guys are on amber. We don't know yet. Too early to decide one way or the other. Jury's out. These guys have got green lights. They've got a significant contribution still to make. That's the way he seems to have coded and selected his way through the whole squad.
And I don't know about you, but I thought for a manager that was really honest, quite revealing, quite open. I don't remember many managers kind of talking about stuff like that before coming into a new job, being so kind of brutal in that assessment. Essentially saying guys with a red light, you
can get them out as quickly as possible, please.
Pretty much. So, listen, I don't know. I just think, as I say, it feels like too much of a coincidence that these big decisions have been made, and they've coincided with the timing of Danny Rohl submitting this dossier. And it's going to be really interesting now, as I say, he's submitted this ahead of the January window. The sporting director's now gone. I would assume that Danny Rohl will have a big influence on who goes in and out at Rangers in January. I think he'll know what the squad needs. He'll know what he wants. I think, and again, you're only surmising, but I would think he would want guys that he knows. I don't think he would be entirely comfortable with just getting handed players by the recruitment team and told to work, because if he submitted this dossier and there's a lot of red lights in there, then that would suggest that obviously the summer window wasn't great. So I think he's going to have a big influence. I think he's going to have a big influence at Rangers going forward, obviously, because I just think he's that type of manager. I think he'll want to be all over a lot of different aspects. But certainly in January, off the back of this report, I think he's going to have a big say in who comes in and who goes out.